Harvard physicist says he may have found evidence of alien technology.
Hidden labs, secret missions, alien bodies, and technology far beyond our understanding.
This is an exact replica of a antimatter reactor that runs the ET craft.
What I'm about to show you is recent. It's chilling, and it might just confirm what people have been saying about Area 51 for decades. So tag along, because these videos might just leave you shocked. A man secretly broke into Area 51 and stole a strange tool that was believed to help contact aliens. Once he got home, he tried to activate it. As soon as he did, a part of the device started to levitate. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. It floated quietly above the ground, but didn't do anything else. Wanting to test it further, he took it outside. Again, the object floated higher, rising into the sky. He stood there, hoping it would send a message or bring a response. Since he didn't fully understand how to use the device, he may have missed his chance to make real contact.
Удалось мне достать вот этот металл, единственное, который дает.
Antimatter reactor.
Bob told us that they were going to test alien craft that night. Bob's job was to back engineer to see if we could get that technology, but we didn't have it yet.
A former reverse engineer who once worked at Area 51 shared shocking details about a device he claimed was real, an antimatter reactor used in alien spacecraft.
This is an exact replica of a antimatter reactor that runs the ET craft.
Though he never had it in his possession, he described it with surprising accuracy. At the core of the reactor was element 115. When struck with protons, it briefly turned into element 116.
115 creates 116, which instantaneously decays and throws off antimatter and access to the gravity A wave,
releasing antimatter. That antimatter powered gravity amplifiers, which could bend space itself, letting the craft jump across vast distances instantly. He even claimed aliens gave over 500 pounds of element 115 to humans. According to him, those beings created humans to spread peace, love, and integrity, not just here, but across many worlds.
Cap comes off, and in it we have the 115. Now the 115, we were given 500 pounds of it by ET.
Interstellar fragments.
A Harvard physicist says he may have found evidence of alien technology.
A secret video was leaked from a private lab at Harvard, and it quickly shocked viewers. The footage showed a tray filled with tiny, colorful metallic marbles, unusual pieces collected from the ocean floor near Papua New Guinea. These weren't ordinary materials. They were gathered by a physicist who believed they came from a meteor that crashed in 2014. What made the story even wilder was that U.S. Space Command confirmed that these fragments were interstellar. If proven to be made by technology, these marbles might be the first physical sign of alien craftsmanship ever discovered.
Technological in origin, that would change the future of human history.
Tesla signal.
Mars orbit brings it close to the Earth periodically, about once every 1.8 years. And at one of those close encounters, he believed he was picking up signals from Mars.
In July 1899, while working on a magnifying transmitter designed to track distant storms, Nikola Tesla claimed to have intercepted a strange signal, 3 rhythmic beeps that he believed came from outer space.
And the more he thought about it, he thought that they came from outer space.
Intrigued, Tesla theorized that the transmissions might be from intelligent life on Mars. He shared his ideas in 1901, suggesting that extraterrestrials had been influencing Earth for centuries. His theories were quickly dismissed, and he was branded a mad scientist. Despite this, Tesla continued his work, creating designs for anti-gravity flying machines that didn't require fuel. Some of his sketches, preserved in the Nikola Tesla Museum, hint at advanced knowledge possibly received from a source beyond Earth.
Many believe that this is what happened, and that Tesla had direct contact through the things he'd invented with extraterrestrial intelligence.
Secret confirmed.
One step on the road to finding out really what has gone on there.
For decades, Area 51 was at the center of UFO conspiracies, covered in secrecy so intense that the US government wouldn't even acknowledge its existence. That all changed when the CIA declassified documents confirming the base's location in Nevada. While the files revealed Cold War-era spy plane programs like the U-2, they didn't mention aliens or crashed saucers. Still, the release of this information only intensified speculation. From rumors about Roswell aliens being stored there to the claim that the moon landing was filmed on its grounds, Area 51 remains the center of conspiracy theories. Believers continue to hold firm to their theories, adding the mystery surrounding the base.
Some people claim the Roswell aliens were brought here for reverse engineering.
Ancient visitors.
These were people that came here with a purpose.
At Rock Art Ranch in Winslow, Arizona, a tribal elder guides two researchers through the ancient petroglyph panels. As they explore, they discover carvings of beings with triangular heads, resembling the gray aliens commonly depicted in UFO lore. Other figures show curvy lines that seem to represent vibration or energy. One researcher connects these to the Anunnaki, the ancient Sumerian deities believed to have influenced early human civilization. The carvings also feature giants, small people, and creatures with 3 fingers, raising the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement in humanity's evolution. The discovery leaves the researchers thinking the ancient message left behind by these so-called star people.
Book or online, but to come face to face with it, feel the energy, see it, spectacular.
Osiris Resurrection.
Depicted with a winged disk of the sun.
In the ancient ruins of Osiris Hall at Abydos, Egypt, just 7 miles west of the Nile, remains of a sacred site reveal the legacy of Osiris, the god worshipped by thousands. Unlike other Egyptian gods, Osiris was believed to have once been a human pharaoh. Some carvings depict him with a winged sun disk, typically associated with solar worship. However, some theorists suggest it could symbolize a connection to extraterrestrial events. A particularly intriguing aspect of Osiris's story is his resurrection. After being dismembered by his brother Set, he was reassembled by his wife Isis. Could this tale hint at Osiris being more than a mortal figure? Possibly an alien, as some ancient astronaut theorists speculate.
That he was dismembered by his jealous brother Seth.
Alien evidence. This video surfaced online in 2023 and quickly caught people's attention. In it, several massive handprint patterns were seen on metal surfaces, each much larger than any human hand. But that wasn't all. A strange-looking book was also shown, filled with unknown symbols that didn't match any human language. Alongside it were other bizarre items that clearly weren't made by us, that went beyond normal science. Later, it was confirmed that the video had been recorded inside a hidden lab at Area 51, and yes, the items shown were said to belong to aliens. Flying saucer. A video popped up online and instantly got everyone talking. In the video, a few people were seen working on a giant disc-shaped flying machine. But this wasn't just any machine, it looked exactly like the classic UFO people have reported for years. What made it more intense was the location. It was recorded inside Area 51. The people in the video seemed to be studying or testing the craft, carefully checking its surface and inner parts. It left many wondering, did they finally find something? And if they did, would they ever tell the public? For now, the footage remains a mystery, just like the craft itself. U-2 secrets. In the early 1950s, U.S. planes flew very low over the USSR, making them easy targets. To fix this, President Eisenhower launched a secret program in 1954 called Project Aquatone. They needed a remote site for testing, and Area 51 near Groom Lake in Nevada was picked. That's where the U-2 aircraft was tested. It could fly at over 60,000 feet. Since no other plane flew that high back then, many pilots mistook it for a UFO. The government stayed silent and called it a natural phenomenon. Even after U-2 testing ended, Area 51 stayed active. To this day, secret flights bring workers in, but what happens there is still hidden. Peru lab. A secret video from a hidden lab in Peru was leaked online, and it wasn't meant for public eyes. The clip showed a large vacuum chamber that looked just like the ones NASA used to test space gear. Inside, a man in a pressurized suit stood still as the air was slowly removed. But things went wrong fast. A hose came loose, and his suit started to crush in. He tried to stay up, but began to lose balance and passed out. Luckily, a worker rushed in and brought the pressure back just in time. He survived. But the big question is, what were they really testing in that lab? Nazi UFOs. Back in 1944, during wartime Germany, a video was recorded that was never meant to reach the public, but somehow it ended up online. What it showed was shocking. A massive disc-shaped craft was spotted on the ground, and one of them was even seen lifting into the air. Another was shown. One opened in a lab, covered with strange symbols that no one could understand. The footage wasn't the clearest due to the old camera quality, but it was enough to suggest that UFO sightings aren't a modern thing. Even in 1944, something beyond explanation was already flying in the skies. Lazar disclosure. In 1989, a worker shocked the world with his claim of working at a secret site near Area 51, known as S4. He revealed that he had helped reverse engineer alien spacecraft, describing 9 flying saucers of extraterrestrial origin. He explained how a reactor aboard these crafts could generate limitless energy, a technology that could change the world. Despite official denials, records from Los Alamos confirmed his credentials, and years later, the CIA acknowledged the existence of Area 51. However, his decision to go public came with a price. He faced threats, break-ins, and attempts to erase his past. His story remains one of the most controversial in UFO history. Lear's revelation. John Lear wasn't just a highly skilled pilot with 17 world speed records and a connection to the Learjet family. He also made a name for himself in 1987 for something far more controversial. Lear exposed what he believed to be the biggest government cover-up in history. He claimed that the U.S. had recovered up to 15 alien spacecraft and preserved numerous extraterrestrial bodies, describing the beings as small with large heads. He further linked alien abductions to hybrid experiments, and even suggested that global leaders were aware of the truth. Although his claims were extreme, they lit up intense debate and continue to spark UFO conspiracy theories to this day. Hidden base. Area 51, located in the Nevada desert, has been a subject of intrigue and conspiracy for decades. Officially, it was established in the 1950s to test secret aircraft like the U-2 and SR-71 Blackbird. However, its extreme secrecy sparked countless rumors. In the late 1980s, Bob Lazar made headlines, claiming to have worked near the base on alien technology, which sparked theories that Area 51 housed extraterrestrial secrets. The U.S. government denied the base's existence until 2013, when the CIA acknowledged it as a site for spy plane testing. Despite this, stories of UFOs and covert experiments continue to circulate, leaving many to wonder what truly lies beyond Area 51's fences. Kingman encounter. On May 19, 1953, just after sunrise in Nevada, a nuclear test illuminated the sky. But what came next was even more bizarre. A silver disk soared over the desert and disappeared into the mountains. 2 days later, 40 engineers were secretly taken to Kingman, Arizona, where they were shown a massive saucer-shaped craft, 40 feet in diameter, guarded by armed soldiers. The ship showed no signs of damage, and rumors circulated that 4 alien beings were inside. The craft was swiftly transported to a hidden base, later known as Area 51. Years later, Captain claimed to have worked with one of the aliens, who was not just visiting, but assisting humans in understanding advanced technology. Dimensional rift.
A number of operations. The one I worked on was Project Jackknife.
A counterintelligence officer who worked at the top-secret U.S. military base, Area 51, later revealed a shocking account of an experiment he witnessed that seemed to tear open the fabric of space and time. According to him, the experiment involved a magnetic field and argon gas, which created a strange orb that grew larger, appearing to rip a hole in reality itself. Scientists involved in the project believe this phenomenon opened a doorway to another dimension, or even an alternate universe. He claimed the team repeated the experiment 5 times.
In a period of about 6 weeks, they did 5 different tests.
Using high-energy lasers and massive power sources. The project, known as Project Jackknife, had been active since the 70s, and the officer believes similar experiments continue today. Could the military have secretly created a real Stargate?
You open a fabric of space, you're in a different dimension. That's an entirely different
tunnel creature. You won't believe this until you see it for yourself. Footage was leaked, and it supposedly came from Area 51. In the video, a giant, creepy creature was spotted in one of the tunnels, making terrifying growls that can give you nightmare. What's even more unsettling, a scientist was seen calmly walking beside the creature, completely calm by its presence. He seemed to know its nature, almost like he had seen it countless times before. And if you're thinking it's just some random beast, think again. It was clearly an alien creature. If this footage is real, then what's hidden inside Area 51 might be far more terrifying than we could ever imagine. Voidcraft. You might have seen some weird videos, but I bet you've never seen anything like this before. In this leaked footage, a massive flying object appeared, one that didn't look like anything from this world. The surface of the craft was covered in strange, intricate patterns that clearly didn't belong to any known human technology. What's even more mind-blowing, the person filming entered the craft. Inside, it was completely black, with nothing visible, like stepping into a void. It was confirmed to be an extraterrestrial UFO, and the shocking part? It landed at Area 51. This only adds more weight to the long-standing theories that Area 51 is hiding far more than we've ever been told. Alien Lab. This video is unlike anything you've seen before. A leaked clip surfaced, showing a secret lab that wasn't working on animals or humans, but on something far more unsettling, an alien creature. The being, which appeared to be in poor condition, looked skinny, possibly due to harsh environmental conditions. Despite its state, its features were shockingly similar to those of humans. It was under close observation, and the motives behind this experiment remain unclear. Is it for knowledge, or could something more sinister be at play? The unsettling question remains. Floating artifact. While exploring the woods, a local stumbled upon a strange disc-shaped object floating in the air. Curious, he picked it up and brought it home, eager to understand what it was. The more he examined it, the clearer it became that it didn't belong to this world. The object was covered in symbols, strange, complicated markings that seemed to hold some kind of meaning, though their significance was beyond comprehension. After much thought, the local came to a conclusion. The object was of extraterrestrial origin, and those symbols were part of an alien language, one that humans would likely never be able to crack. Gosford Glyphs.
Any hieroglyphs that stand out to you?
Yeah, definitely. Follow me down here.
In Brisbane Water National Park, the Gosford Glyphs are a mysterious sight, featuring 2 massive sandstone walls etched with over 300 mysterious carvings. Unlike traditional indigenous Australian rock art, these engravings bear a striking resemblance to ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. One symbol, often referred to as the UFO glyph, stands out due to its peculiar shape, while some dismiss it as a mere representation of jewelry or another ancient object. Its form doesn't match any known Egyptian designs. This glyph, along with others, continues to confuse researchers, suggesting a connection or influence that doesn't align with conventional historical understanding. The meaning behind these carvings remains an unsolved mystery.
So this one here, we call the UFO glyph, and people have called that since.
Nazca message. The Nazca lines, one of the most unexplainable ancient mysteries, are huge drawings engraved into the desert floor of Peru, created by the pre-Inca Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD. These massive geoglyphs form shapes of animals, plants, and intricate patterns. Some of these shapes, however, portray creatures and designs unlike anything we've ever encountered. What makes the mystery even more puzzling is that it seems impossible for humans, using the tools of their time, to have created such vast, precise designs. This has led many to wonder if ancient aliens may have visited Earth and left these lines as a message for future generations. Cave evidence. An explorer entered a cave, but soon realized it was unlike any other. While exploring, he came across a large rock covered in carvings. At first, he thought they were from an ancient civilization, but when he looked closer, he saw that the drawings showed beings that looked like aliens. Not only that, but after digging through some sand, he found alien-like statues in the cave. This discovery suggested that the civilization wasn't just ancient. It might have had contact with extraterrestrial beings. What was once thought to be a myth now seemed to have proof, showing that one of the lost civilizations might have included aliens. Jericho technology.
Wall repeatedly and then finally blow their horns and down came the wall.
The ancient city of Jericho, located about 17 miles northeast of Jerusalem, is home to one of the most mysterious events in history. According to the Hebrew Bible, Joshua led the Israelites around the city's walls, blowing ram's horns as instructed by God. On the seventh day, the walls collapsed. Many see it as a miracle, but others suggest a different explanation. What if the Israelites had help from advanced technology? The Ark of the Covenant was with them, and some believe it was more than just a sacred box. It could have been a powerful device, possibly powered by energy beyond this world.
The Ark of the Covenant was a weapon, it was described.
Leaked encounter. A leaked video from 1959 has surfaced, showing a U.S. officer driving with a strange being in his car. The alien had a large skull and black eyes, making it clear it was not from this world. It's uncertain how it arrived, but some believe it might have come from a UFO. The creature was taken to a U.S. Army base, and rumors suggest it could still be there, locked away and hidden from the public eye. The video raises more questions about what the government might be hiding. Alien carvings. The pyramids in Egypt are filled with mysterious symbols, many of which are believed to be from ancient civilizations. While most believe these symbols were created by the people of that time, some argue differently. They point to carvings of beings that resemble aliens, as well as symbols that look like UFOs. This suggests that alien visits might not be a modern problem, but could have occurred long ago. The idea that extraterrestrial beings visited Earth in ancient times raises more questions about our history and the true meaning behind these symbols. Statue discovery. A group of archaeologists was digging in Egypt, hoping to find more mummies, but what one of them discovered was unexpected. While searching, he found a small statue of a being that looked strange. He took it home for a closer inspection, and to his disbelief, the statue resembled an alien rather than an ancient mummy. This shocking find made him question everything he knew. But what could he do except agree that extraterrestrial beings might have visited Earth thousands of years ago as well? The discovery left him wondering about the hidden truths of ancient civilizations. Volcano base. While crossing over a volcano, the pilots in the helicopter noticed something strange at the top. A weird-looking liquid covering the surface, forming a perfect shape, almost like something could land there. It looked just like the shape of a UFO. This was the first time anyone had seen it from above, but locals nearby had reported seeing a disc-shaped object flying in and out of the volcano many times before. It seemed that the aliens were pretty smart, choosing a place where no one would ever expect them to be. Faceless encounter. While exploring, friends were filming in a spot known for alien sightings when they saw something that made them freeze. In the distance, there stood a shadowy humanoid figure, completely featureless. No face, no details, just a smooth, dark form standing still. In the beginning, they thought it might be a person, but the longer they stared, the more it felt wrong. This thing didn't move like a person. It didn't feel human at all. They quickly realized they needed to leave. Many believe what they saw that day wasn't human. It was an alien.
¿Qué quieres?
Alien statue. A group of archaeologists was digging in the ground when suddenly one of them found a small metal hammer. Pretty strange, but trust me, you haven't seen what's coming. Just a few moments later, a statue was uncovered beneath the hammer. It was humanoid in shape, but unlike anything they'd ever seen before. It looked like an extraterrestrial being. They were shocked to see this, but despite their disbelief, they couldn't deny what they had just found. The discovery left them questioning everything they thought they knew about history. Hidden artifacts. You might have seen old civilization stuff, but surely you have no idea about this. A video recorded by a worker in Area 51 showed alien artifacts, old rings, bracelets, and even a statue that looked like an alien. The items were covered in strange patterns. Some people believe that if these artifacts exist, then aliens must have been involved. Who knows? In the future, we might even get a video showing more of their secrets. Restricted discovery. A worker at Area 51 once found himself in a restricted zone. At first, everything seemed calm, but as he entered a room, he saw something unbelievable. Lying on the ground was a humanoid being, lifeless and unmoving. He knew instantly why this area was off limits. Panic set in as he realized what he had stumbled upon. Noticing the silent circumstances, he feared that he may get caught. This made him take a quick decision to leave without telling anyone. Forest being. While crossing through the woods, an explorer stumbled upon something he would never forget. His eyes caught sight of something lying under a branch. In the start, he thought it might be an animal, but as he approached, he was shocked to find a humanoid being with a strange-looking skull. It was lifeless. The realization hit him hard. It had made its way to Earth, but didn't survive here. He stood frozen for a moment, unsure of what to do, before walking away, knowing he had just encountered something otherworldly, more precisely, an alien. Skull discovery. On 12 September 2023, in Mexico, a local wandered through the woods and stumbled upon an unimaginable sight. There, lying in the underbrush, was a very large skull with big eyes. It wasn't any known creature. This was a humanoid extraterrestrial, lifeless. The reason for its extinction was unclear, but the sight was enough to scare him. Feeling an uneasy presence, he quickly decided to leave, knowing it was best not to stay any longer in the mysterious and unsettling scene. Leaked examination. A leaked video in 2023 quickly went viral, shaking the internet. In the footage, scientists were seen gathered around a strange humanoid being, closely examining it. Though the video quality wasn't great, it was clear enough for viewers to recognize that the being was extraterrestrial. Some online speculated that the video was filmed at Area 51, where the being was possibly part of secret experiments, with many wondering just what the government was studying in its hidden labs. Leaked examination. Theorists have long claimed that NASA cuts its live feed whenever a UFO appears near the International Space Station. Recently, a UFO watcher noticed a strange object while watching the ISS stream. A mysterious object was floating nearby, and just like that, the stream cut off for about 15 seconds. He thinks it was done on purpose to hide the object. Some believe it was just space junk or even the moon. But after so many sightings, many are convinced NASA might be hiding proof of something not from this world. Frozen visitor. In April 2011, in the snowy parts of Russia, some locals made a strange discovery. They found what looked like a lifeless alien body lying half buried in the cold ground. It had a thin frame, strange facial features, and parts of it were missing. One of them guessed it had been lying there for about a week. The area is already known for UFO sightings, and this only added more to the mystery. What they saw that day still leaves people talking about what really happened out there. Cave secret. Grave robbers digging through a cave near Nazca, Peru, were searching for treasure. But what they found was far from gold. Deeper inside, they came across a strange humanoid figure lying in the dark. Its skin was blue, and its shape didn't match anything human. For a moment, they thought it was a statue, but it gave off a strange energy. One of them said it felt like the cave itself didn't want them there. They believed it was an alien, and they knew if they stayed longer, the night might turn into something far worse. Reptilian mummy. On January 19th, 2025, a shocking video appeared online showing a mummy unlike anything seen before. This one wasn't wrapped in cloth. It was fully visible, and it looked terrifying. Its sharp, massive teeth made it look more like a monster than anything human. The video claimed it was found in a secret museum hidden from the world. Some viewers believed it was a reptilian mummy, while others said it was an alien creature. Either way, people agreed on one thing. If this thing were ever alive, it could have been a threat to all of humanity. Ringed being.
Y aquí pueden ver un anillo. ¿Lo alcanzan a ver?
This video revealed a side of reality many still don't believe. It showed a humanoid being lying in a lab, and it had all the usual features of what people describe as aliens. Big eyes. But what really caught attention was a metallic ring on its finger. That one detail sparked much confusion online. Could aliens wear rings too? And if so, why? Some think it might help track them, like a tag, to know which one was sent where. It raised more questions than answers, but the being was clearly not from here.
En la falange del medio. En la misma.
Sky visitor. A video was leaked from a lab where a scientist was seen examining a strange being. In the start, it looked like a normal test, but this creature wasn't from Earth. It had features that clearly showed it came from the sky, an extraterrestrial. The being had arrived long ago and never left. Many believe the video came from Area 51, the only place known to keep such secrets. No one knew about this before, and if this one was real, then there might be more like it still hidden from the world. Snow encounter. While enjoying a cold winter night in the woods, a group of friends heard strange noises from deep inside the trees. Curious, they went to check, and what they saw left them frozen. A large humanoid figure was in the snow, struggling to stand. From the way it looked, it seemed like it had just fallen from the sky. Its body shape and size made it clear. It was an alien. The friends didn't wait around. They quietly left the area, and since that night, no one has seen or heard anything strange there again. Lab examination. You've seen regular checkups of humans, but you've never seen this. In December 2022, a video surfaced online showing a scientist examining a strange creature, but this one wasn't human. It had big black eyes, just like the ones many say belong to extraterrestrials. The checkup was said to be recorded inside Area 51, but what really scared people wasn't just the being, it was the thought that this place might be hiding things far more terrifying. Forgotten creature. This video was also taken inside Area 51, but the creature in it was in a very different condition. It was lifeless. How long had it been like that? No one knew. What was known, however, was that it didn't come from Earth. It was from another planet. The creature was unlike any other seen before. Perhaps it was from a different breed of extraterrestrials, but for the same purpose. And one thing was clear, it never left. It stayed there, in the shadows of Area 51, forgotten by time, but not by those who knew. The subscribers pick.
Never would notify the media when an interesting case came up.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. In 1969, the U.S. Air Force ended Project Blue Book, saying UFOs posed no threat. But Dr. J. Allen Hynek, who worked closely on the project, didn't agree. He believed key reports were hidden, and the public wasn't told the full truth. One major case happened in 1967 at Malmstrom Air Force Base. 10 nuclear missiles shut down during a reported UFO sighting. Officers were ordered to stay quiet. Years later, some spoke out, confirming what really happened. Secret files later showed that UFOs were indeed tied to national security concerns.
They could, to keep it down. So they definitely withheld information.